Hi guys, welcome to Techopia. Thank you very much for joining us today. It is a beautiful day and we are here today at KRP's Red Dragon Golf Classic. We're going to spice things up a little bit, but as always, we're going to talk about tech. And we have here today two tremendous guests. First, my co-host and in charge of marketing at KRP Properties, Natasha Plotnikov. Thank you very much for joining me. She is so excited because this is the third time that I tried to say that. But then, of course, with her, our guest for today, VP of Syntronic Canada, Daryl Wellington. Thank you so much for joining us today. Before we get into what's happening with Syntronic, I'd love to hear a little bit from you, Natasha. It's a gorgeous day today. It's golf happening in Canada that happens on a frequent basis, especially here at the Marshes. But maybe you can share with me a little bit why KRP wanted to do this, why this is such an important part of the community, and what's happening here today.
All right, so this is the 4th annual Red Dragon Golf Classic. This is the first time I'm attending. I love my job. It's pretty nice. It's twofold. One, it's to support, we try to support local charities, so Camp Quality. It's a camp for children with cancer and other critical illnesses and their families. So they actually just had their camp week last week, and some KRP volunteers went out and had a fun day. They've got some crazy things going on that even I don't think would do. A lot of fun things for the kids to just have, and it's also a break for the parents too. And we've also introduced a second charity this year, Big Sky Ranch, which is a no-kill animal sanctuary out in Kemptville, and they take all sorts of cats and dogs, but fun things too. They've got a buffalo named Dakota and some llamas, and today they've got a few funny little chickens and an African goose and I don't know, all sorts of things. So we're really looking for local charities that, because there are a lot of great charities in Ottawa, a lot of big names that we all know and support, and those are great, but we want to try to help out the little guys a little bit. So it's a charity golf tournament, but it's also about tenant appreciation. It's, a lot of my job is tenant engagement and getting people out and meeting their neighbors. This is a fun way to do it, get some networking. Who doesn't want free food and a day in the sun and maybe a beverage or two? So
I know, I love that.
It's a fun day, and I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully Daryl is too.
Daryl looks like he's ready. He's ready for the next 18 holes. I hope they are ready for Daryl. Daryl, now let's talk a little bit about Syntronic. I'm so excited to talk about your company because it is excited to have a company come from overseas here and really focus on Canada, but most importantly even Ottawa. So I'd like you to explain a little bit to us because you are the Vice President of Syntronic Canada and you happen to be the first official Canadian employee for Syntronic. So maybe you can explain to me a little bit, firstly, what drew you to this company and how this opportunity came to fruition, and then of course why you think they chose Ottawa.
I've been in tech in Ottawa, Canada North, for almost 20 years, and I started with Syntronic about 4 years ago, just over 4 years ago, as the first Canadian employee. It's a Swedish company. We're an engineering design house, and there was some effort to figure out where we wanted to be. It's for the Americas, actually, so there was choices of where to come. Here in Ottawa, there's an excellent depth of talent in the area, as well as customers. So there's a lot of tech companies, and that's what we do. We help our customers develop their products.
So maybe you could share with me a little bit. I know you've gotten a little bit of funding from the government as well to support your growth. You're now just over 220 employees, which is amazing. Maybe you could share with us a little bit, what are your planning to do with some of that funding, and how is that going to guide you to make certain decisions over the next year, 3 years, 5 years?
Sure. So the funding is from the Eastern Ontario Development Fund, and they're helping us. It's a Ontario government that is helping us to invest. So they're matching 10% of our investment to invest and what we're doing is on the wireless development, product development. So to really create a center of excellence here in Ottawa. So there's been a lot of wireless technology, wireless telecom, all sorts of wireless product development in Ottawa, and we want to make sure that we can keep that here rather than have the expertise go to other places in Canada. So or in the U.S. as well. So, yeah, we are expanding our business. We're doing more and more business, and part of this site of excellence. We're doing more work with the American companies as well as Europe and Asia as well. So, really working to hire a lot more people here in Ottawa. We've gone in 4 years from 1 to over 220, and we're looking to add, well, we're hoping to get to 400 is kind of our target within the next 3 years. So a lot of growth, and the investment from the Ontario government will help.
Maybe just another question for you. Just before we started officially, we're talking about, seeing that there's talent being not just in Ottawa, but also from other cities in Canada that's coming here to work with you as well. What do you feel is, apart from being a great company and having a great working environment and, also just a great goal as a company, maybe you can share with me, what do you think, what's some of the feedback, and why do you feel people are coming to Ottawa, and why this is maybe an important play for you in attracting talent?
We've attracted people from other places in Canada. Cost of living is a big thing for them. Opportunity in their careers is big. The market here is really good. There's a lot of companies hiring, and even people coming from the U.S. that are interested to have their kids grow up in a community like Ottawa. It's really been exciting. So with Syntronic in particular, we offer kind of a unique offering in that we do services. So our employees, they work on projects. They work on a project for, I would say, on average 6 months, and then they get to work on something else. So it's quite a good opportunity for growth, for learning, for challenge, and our employees really enjoy that. It's not for everybody, but a lot of people really enjoy that.
Now, before I jump over to Natasha, if you're watching this, yes, we are not inside KRP today because we are wanting to showcase more than ever that KRP is more than just space, because we are here at the Red Dragon Golf Classic, and we are here with the VP of Syntronic Canada, Dale Wellington. Thank you so much for joining us today. One more question for you, sir. Maybe you could share with me, being a Swedish company, and coming here to Canada, and especially Ottawa, what do you feel like there's certain Swedish, I would say almost traditions or the way you do business as a company that makes Syntronic stand out a little bit as well?
Sure. So yeah, the Swedish culture, and part of the reason why our head office decided to establish a site here in Ottawa is the similarities are it's very close. They like hockey, they like outdoors, they like running and biking and skiing, and as far as the political way of working, it's similar as well. I'd say very low on politics and that type of thing. Some of the things that make us stand out. So we do something called fika. So fika, I don't think it translates perfectly, but more or less that means coffee break in Sweden. So we do that every Friday at 3 o'clock. We have our employees get together and have a treat and coffee. In Sweden, they actually do that every day, twice a day, 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock. It's very on the time.
Like a siesta.
Yeah, just.
You're much stricter here, though.
Yeah, well, no, we're not as strict. They're kind of it starts at 9, it ends at 9:15, and so ours starts at 3. It probably goes a little longer than 3:15, and
Saturday evening.
yeah. So yeah, we really kind of the social policies are kind of similar. We really value our employees and want to make sure that that's the most important thing for us, and that's a Swedish quality. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Now over to you, Natasha. Natasha, we spoke, as this is a wonderful company that once again is adding to Canada. I know there's a lot happening within this community itself. For KRP, how important is it to embrace and showcase and just bring the community together at events like this to get to know each other a little bit better?
Well, first and foremost, we want people to be engaged, and we want the companies within the parks to be successful. We can't be successful if you guys aren't successful. So we want to keep everybody happy. We're always looking for ways to just build bridges. There are a lot of companies within the parks that do work together and do projects. I'm thinking of the autonomous vehicles. Like, that's a big group effort by all means, people across Ottawa. So just breaking down any kind of barriers we can and getting people talking and communicating is great. And so I do it from more the fun side of trying to, let's get some events, festivals going on sort of a regular basis to just give different people opportunities to get out and meet new people, because not everybody's going to enjoy golf, not everybody's going to enjoy barbecues, different things, but yeah, just having fun and talking, I think, is the biggest thing. So it's, yeah, always looking for new ideas.
Exactly, yeah. No, thank you so much for all the hard work that KRP has done, and also for your support for Techopia as well. Daryl, thank you so much for joining us today. Congratulations on the growth. We look forward to seeing you literally just take over the world here along with Ottawa and continue. We might join you for Fika next time, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure Friday around 3 o'clock. Just yes, exactly. Just a random drive-by Syntronic, that's you'll do it. But thank you very much for joining us today, and we look forward to hearing more from you in the future. Great. Thank you.